Hi, I'm Emily Tomlinson, one of the co-directors of the Threes Physio Yoga method. Today, I'm going to guide you through breathing exercises that move the breath towards the back body. We'll work on opening up space in the back of the rib cage, as well as accessing the posterior lung and working on our capacity for breath. I find it most helpful to start with a body scan or a mindfulness meditation so that you can really connect to where your breath is moving within your body. So after a seated scan or meditation, I find it helpful to work into a gentle side bend and open up space between the rib cage and the pelvis and between each rib in the side body. So taking a big inhale, breathing into the side body, and a big exhale. We'll move into the other side as well, opening up the side body for bigger, deeper breath work. Come back to center. Maintaining the natural curves in the spine, let's just take a gentle rotation around the spine. So imagine the entire rib cage just rotating around a stable, neutral spine. Nice full diaphragmatic breath. And towards the other side, reestablishing neutral in the spine and rotating through the thoracic spine and ribs. One more big inhale and exhale. When we have difficulty breathing with even small tasks around the house, it can feel pretty scary. We often tend to begin to breathe with our accessory muscles through the neck and the upper chest. And we eliminate some of the deeper diaphragmatic breath that comes from the back body, the side body, and the lower belly. I find it really helpful to use a bolster or a pillow to lie flat on to begin to close down some of the activation in the front body and really encourage the back body to fill and expand with breath. So you'll turn your bolster lengthwise and then gently lie flat. So the lower ribs, the middle of the ribs, and my head are resting on the bolster. And here I can begin to move breath into my back body with each inhale, creating width and space. And each exhale, I just soften and melt around the bolster. My legs are relaxed, my glutes are relaxed. Big inhale breath. And an exhale, softening, melting around the bolster. Moving breath towards the bottom of the rib cage and getting wider across the back body with inhale and exhale, melting. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And then what I'd like you to do is take a gentle knee bend on the right side. And if available, reach back for that foot. Turn to face forward and maybe prop up on the left forearm. And so here what we're doing is we're just getting a gentle stretch through the quad and maybe a real gentle opening through the pec on the right side in the front body. So as we breathe with our accessory muscles, those lines of tension are going all the way into our fascial connections lower into the body. Switch sides. Coming all the way down first. Grabbing hold of the left foot. The thigh stays down. The leg stays in alignment with the hip. And then maybe I can prop up on the forearm on the right. And I'll stay for a few breaths. So each inhale, I'm encouraging breath wide across the back body. And each exhale, I'm just allowing myself to melt. Release hold of the left foot. And then prop yourself up, maybe just on forearms, or maybe all the way up to palms of the hand. And what I want you to do here is just breathe wide. So imagine the rib cage expanding east to west. The pelvis is heavy and connected to the ground. The glutes are relaxed. Minimal effort in grounding through the hands. Moving my breath. Finding width across the back. And lower back down. Press back off of your bolster. And remove the bolster to the side. After getting some access into the back of the rib cage, some access into the side body as well, I have found it to be very soothing to do a more passive version of the thread the needle. So what I'm going to do is keep my legs in a child's pose position, so my toes are connected and my knees are wide. I'm going to place both arms out long to start in a child's pose, so for example, like this. And then what I'm going to do is take my right arm and I'm going to thread it under and rotate my spine towards the back wall. My left arm is going to stay long. What I'm going to be doing here is opening up the left side body and moving my breath into the back of my left rib cage. So accessing the posterior, inferior aspect of my left lung. So here we go. Into child's pose, threading the needle, the right arm's coming under. I'm keeping this left arm long. I'm breathing space into the back of the left lung. I would stay there for 5 deep breaths and then repeat it on the opposite side. So moving into your child's pose, threading the needle, lengthening the top arm, moving, focusing my breath here. Lower rib cage, posterior, inferior part of my right lung. Staying for 5 breaths here. And then returning to a comfortable seat. That's a prone series that I found very helpful as breath became difficult with everyday activities. I was able to move breath posteriorly and get more out of my available lung capacity during the rehabilitative process.